Hey YouTube, it's Knet90, and today we're going to talk about Betty, the episode Betty of Adventure Time that was debuted this week on Monday. Now, I had mixed feelings with this episode. There were some pros and cons about this episode I will explain, but I'll get to that during the review and the whole overview of the episode. Again, for people who haven't seen the episode, it'll be a spoiler alert. If people have not seen it, go ahead and check it out ahead of time and don't watch this video who have not seen it. Again, if you've not seen it, so just don't watch the video and go ahead and watch it yourself and just come back to this video and see what you guys think of it. So, to start off this episode, the whole thing started with a bunch of wizards in this ruin. I guess these people are trying to get a scroll, and they have to work together to get the scroll. And I guess the scroll have the power to give them, I guess, like more power and magic and stuff to make them like really unstoppable in the wizards, pretty much. And of course, Ice King just likes to be nosy, but he's not nosy. He just likes to be part of the group. He just, tired of being like least left out. And so Ice King peeks in, and he wants to get in on this. Now, apparently, well, as the White Wizard does, he tells them that do not open that chest or box because he knows it's going to get tricked. He knows something was wrong. And, of course, he was right. There's this black being that emerged from this chest. And and as the guy said, y'all got played. Y'all really did got played. I like how the White Wizard says, like, y'all got played. Y'all got played for fools. Yeah, they did. Sure enough, they did. This being, I forgot this being's name, but it's a being of anti-magic. I forgot the guy's name, so forgive me if I don't remember. It's a being of anti-magic. He uses his power to loses all the wizard's powers, including the Ice King. Now, what's good about this is that Simon was back to normal, since the crown has no power thanks to the guy, thanks to his being. He has no power, and also the same process. He was the Ice King for a long time. Keep in mind, he was the Ice King for the longest time since the Mushroom War. Ever since he was helping Marcy as Simon before he slowly became full Ice King. He was helping her for the long run in, the Mushroom War. Now, for Simon who does not remember, I gotta say, again, Simon is a boss. Simon was a boss. Because this guy doesn't know everything. He knows that since the crown has no power, he knows he's gonna die. So he said, you know what, let me go back to my freaking ice mountain and just get my stuff together. Put on my freaking stuff, and I got one more job I gotta do, which is tell Betty I'm sorry. Yeah, and which he did. And the fun thing about this is that when he leaves the ruins, he saw Ash and the sucker, and I'm gonna say officially said that Simon's a thug, a boss thug again. The dude knocks out Ash and Rose and just steals the guy's magic carpet. Which we all know, we're gonna clarify right here, is that Ash is a wuss. This guy's a freaking wuss. He screws everything up. He's a freaking wuss, so we don't give rats about him. And so now Simon steals the magic carpet, shows Ash's carpet, and went back into the Ice Mountain to his home, pretty much. Which I'm surprised he knew. But yet, he already knows. And now what's interesting about this is that he went behind the bookshelf of part of his castle, which reveals his suit and clothes and the books that he worked on, I guess, before he went full Ice King. Which I found that quite shockingly, like, wow. And it led me to believe that the Ice Mountain itself was actually Simon's home when he was doing the recording. I wonder if that's what it is. If not, this probably be something else. But it has all the books of what he worked on, even when he became Ice King. Now, as we switch to Finn, Marceline, and Jake, they were doing the jam session. The hilarious thing about it, though, is that, well, not the hilarious part, but what's interesting is that I kind of thought that, Marceline was, I guess, got taller and older. I don't know, that was just kind of me. But in the episode, I kind of thought that Marceline was getting taller. And I kind of thought about that. And there's another thing interesting about it is that she was wearing her overalls, her old overalls clothing when she was a child. And it was an adult size. I was thinking like, wow. I was just like, oh snap, she's wearing her old clothes when she was young back then. Except it's now in a larger size scale. It was interesting. And so now Finn, Jake, and Marceline were about to do a jam session until Simon called. And this is what makes hilarious. When Marceline picks up the phone and when Simon told her that he was back to normal and his body about to go bonk out or die in this case, she passed out. I was like, oh man, I know that comes as a shocker for her. And then bam, Mary kicks in. And we all know Marceline has not seen Simon ever since he turned to Ice King. It really was like a big happy moment right there for her. And so as we transition into the Ice Mountain, Marceline, Finn, and Jake are now at the Ice Mountain seeing Simon. Now, for Finn and Jake, they seeing Simon for the first time. And even though they know about this, which is surprising to me, I would have to say, like, the whole revision to the whole Simon with Marcy thing, the whole revision of telling Finn and Jake about those two being friends and all, and how Simon helped them out with the, help being right by her side in the Mushroom War, was kind of just like this. It wasn't very to it. All she said was like, Simon was my best friend, and he helped me out, and get around, and being by her side. That was it. That was all it was. It wasn't very descriptive because we got that much descriptive in I remember you. So excuse me. So we switched to the Ice Mountain. Finn and Jake saw Simon for the first time, and of course Finn's being a douchebag because, well, we didn't learn anything. So of course we learned that. And Marceline was so happy. He was really happy, and she was not. I would say Marceline was very happy to see Simon again. Like she misses Simon for like since the longest time. Again, ever since the Simon turned to Ice King. Ever since then, she was really happy. But now, all fun games to the side, Simon had a job to do. And so he quickly made a pedal power generator to power a portal. And here's the thing though, Hambo, which Marceline and PB got from the Sky Witch, was the key. And pretty much Hambo was the portal to all this. Excuse me. So Marceline had to say her last goodbye to Hambo because, Hambo is going to be no more after this, which I can't figure about that. Which got me a little bit kind of sad and a little bit bad for Marceline because ever since the heck PB and Marceline went through, and I kind of figured that it was Hambo's time anyway, all the heck they went through to get him from the Sky Witch, it was just, dang, I know this had to be over. And so now Hambo is gone and is now a portal to Betty. Now, in the older era in the Mushroom War, when Simon was the Ice King now, Betty, and I will say about Betty is just awesome. Betty is just freakishly awesome. Simon said, I'm sorry for what I did. It's not my fault. It was the crown. I feel bad about this. But guess what? Betty said, I know who I'm leaving for. And it was hilarious that seeing Simon's face was like, wait, who you leaving? Who you break me up with? And then Betty said, I'm leaving someone for you. Betty still loves Simon no matter what. And I'm thinking like, that is love. That is just true love. And they kissed. I was like, oh my God. Oh, this is why Betty's awesome. And so now Betty's now in ooh. She doesn't know about Marceline, Finn, and Jake. She said, like, I don't know who you guys are, but guess what? I'm going to get your powers back. I'm going to turn you back to normal so I can keep yourself living. Because now she comes in the ooh, and this is what I like about Betty. She comes in the ooh. She doesn't know who they are. She doesn't know what this place is. All she cares about is Simon, and want him alive. I'm thinking like, I don't know who you guys are, but you know what? I know what to do. Just like this. She already knows what to do, and it's not even a joke. She just busts in the kiss Simon. She knows, like, Simon tells her that he's dying, and already she knows what to do. Even though she has unfamiliar territory about and the Marceline, Finn, and Jake, she just goes right in there and knows what to do. Bam! She hops down the freaking magic carpet with Simon. This is why I'm like really happy right now. I was describing Betty right now. I am really happy because she is that awesome, and she is just one of them headstrong characters. I was like, oh shoot, I love Betty already. She's one of them headstrong characters. She just busts right in there, just know what to do, rides the magic carpet like a G, and she just doesn't even know and yet she knows how to ride a flipping carpet. She doesn't even know the place. She just came into just say, you know what, I'm gonna get your powers back, Simon, because I'm doing this for you, my friend, well, my love, because they've been together for so long, and she's doing all this for Simon, and this is what true love is in this episode. That's what I like about this episode. Betty busts in there, rolls the magic carpet, and you know, and despite the consequences, and she knows what's gonna happen, despite what's gonna happen after all this is over, she in her heart, she's trying to find a way to bring Simon fully back without dying. She really loves Simon, and this is what I call true love in this episode. Like, that is just, that's dedication. That's just dedication for Betty. And fully character development right there, Betty is just all over. I'm done. I would say, you know, I'm done. I love this episode already because of Betty. That was it. And now and another thing too, she just busts right into the freaking being. Apparently it was a chick. She just busted into that being, right, and just punched it, and just gats out. Everyone's powers are back, and Simon was back to being the Ice King. He's still alive. He's back being the Ice King. I'm like, dang. It was like, oh wow, it was just like that. Really, it was just, there was no thought into it. And oh no, that was it. Ice King was back to his usual ways of stealing princesses, and then Betty, well, saw Simon, and just like, you know what? I will find a way to bring you back into your full capacity. I'll find a way to bring you back, no matter what. And she just rolls off in her magic carpet, and now she's in new. So that was it. That was really it. I know this whole review was like being fast paced and all, but that's how the episode was. Now, I felt like that this episode was not in putting that much thought. It really was not putting that much thought at all. It was all fast paced. I feel like the producers who made the episode, producers just splashed in that whole thing like a collage, not putting a decent thought into it and development and wise. I mean, really, especially in that very last part before Simon turned back to Ice King, really. I mean, really, Betty just busted in there, and then I feel like it was just plain and simple, just like that. It was just plain and simple. She just busts in there, punches out the entity, and bam, they got the powers back, just like that. It was like a 1, 2, 3 moment right there. No plan, no thought, no creativity. That was it. I mean, really, and this episode was really fast paced. It wasn't even a joke. Like, I mean, I love the episode. Few reasons why I love the episode was the ship of Simon and Betty herself, and her traits, her characteristic traits, everything about her. She's a headstrong character. She doesn't even know and yet she just knows what to do off the bat. And her dedication and love to Simon was really that strong, and I love it. Everything about Betty. That was it. That was the only thing I liked about the episode, because of Betty. That was it, really. I mean, that's all it is. I mean, sadly, that's all it is. And I like the feels between Simon and Marcy. Just for a short moment, I like the feels of reunited of Simon and Marcy. That's another thing I like, because Marcy haven't seen Simon since forever. It's just a mushroom war, and just seeing her face and expression of happiness was like, wow, like dang. And and nothing too really. It's just But I think one thing I like about this, and also related to Betty, the one thing I love about the episode is just the way Betty said to Simon, "Get your butt up, stop being a wimp, cause I got you, okay? Shut up, stop being a wimp, and cause you can do this, all right?" Her way of saying, "Shut your mouth, stop being a flippin' wimp," just made Simon open up and just feel strong. Now, one thing I feel like strange about this was Death. Suddenly, all of a sudden, was just like Death was just waiting for Simon just to be dead. Death was waiting for this for I guess like I don't know how long, for the longest time. Death was just waiting for Simon to be dead, and then bam, that was it. He was just waiting. That's what got me like I guess mind boggled though. I don't know. That's just me. I know other people have had some mixed feelings about this episode the way I am right now, or maybe people have some opinions about this though. But that's all I can say. That really is all I can say in this episode. Really, it's not that much to go for. So yeah, that's the whole review of of Betty. Like I said, it was really great episode. It's just the fact that the way that was just like splashed together and it's fast paced, and there was no decent development of thought. Just got me wondering if I would do want to watch it again or not. But the reason why I will watch it again was because of Betty, just that one character. It's just her person. It's just Betty herself. Was just just it was just dang. That's it. That's all I'm gonna say. So my recommendation, I will watch this again, only because of Betty, and only because of her personality and all that stuff, and what she does in that episode. Just shocked the world in awe. Like the only thing I would say though, like really, I was hoping that, and I'm hoping for future episodes too, that the producers of this show would really just sit down and just do some thinking before producing the episode, because we the fans, we like expect something out of this that will capture our hearts, make us cry, make us happy, make us mad, make us sad, make us feel the emotion of the character. That's what we're looking for. Development of the character, the plot, something that will get us saying like, oh, this is good, I want to watch this again and show this to my friend. And like if people wants to see Adventure Time and people have never heard of it, I'm would sit down and talk to that person and have them watch the show. That's like, say, good, clear cut episode that has a clear thought of mind, something that has meaning, feeling, emotion, and meaning. That's what I was hoping in future episodes, and I was hoping in this one too, because we were all really hoping for this episode, and we were waiting for the longest time. Our theories, everything, we were really just wanting to see Betty in every way, and we got it, except it wasn't the way that we hoped for. The only thing I see that was good really was just Betty herself and the character development of her. That's the only thing I see about this episode that's actually really good. Overall, it's like, again, like I would watch this again because how good it was and how awesome Simon and Betty was in individual, and the ship. It was like just fantastic, man. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review. In my personal opinion, I will watch it again, but at the same time I wouldn't. It's just mixed feelings. So I hope you guys enjoyed this review of Betty, and well, I will post more episode reviews, same time, same place, every weekend on Saturday. And I hope you guys, thank you guys for watching. So please leave a comment, like, subscribe, and see you later.